G'day guys, Mr. Ross Adventure here, coming at you today with a video from our North Queensland trip back in March 2021. We're in the middle of the COVID crisis. Things were opening up again, but things were still very weird. There were no motorbikes on this trip, but there were plenty of adventures and some incredible scenery. First thing we did when we got to Cairns was pick up our rental car, which was supposed to be a little cheap budget car, but ended up being a nice luxurious Mercedes, which was awesome to travel around in for the week. Welcome to Cairns. Next thing after a brief stop in Cairns to pick up a few things was to head up to Kuranda via the Sky Rail. Oh yeah, they've had a bit of rain here, look at that. Kuranda Sky Rail. One thing you might pick up here is that Sharon is a little bit scared of heights. My EVP's out here. Yeah, look at
that. It's fucking raining.
There's waterfall over there too.
Yeah, there's waterfall in on our window and all.
About 2/3 of the way through our journey up to the town of Kuranda, the absolutely majestical Babinda Falls came into view. Oh wow.
Oh, that's just
man.
Absolutely stunning. That's phenomenal. Wow, baby.
Thankfully the cable car has a midway station there, so you can get off and appreciate these falls a little bit more closely. Wow. Oh, it's a big wide river here, look at that.
Whoa, baby.
Stunning. This reminds me of Vietnam. Big wide brown river. We crossed the Barron River and then descended down into the quirky little town of Kuranda. There's loads of little interesting places to explore. It is definitely worth a visit. There's so much to see and do, packed into one little town. After a couple of hours spent exploring the town and having a nice lunch, it was back onto the train to check out the falls in the opposite direction and journey back down the mountain. After getting our fix of watching loads of water rush down a hill in such a grand manner, it was back on the train to continue our journey back to sea level. On the historic Kuranda Scenic Railway, this was an incredible train journey. One of Australia's most epic train journeys, in fact. Absolutely amazing and must do if you're in this area. This was such an incredible way to start our North Queensland trip. The first day in the Cairns, Port Douglas area was absolutely epic. Doing the skyway up to Kuranda, seeing the falls, exploring the town and the train journey on the way back was amazing. One of those days you never forget. But the day wasn't over. We still had to drive 1 hour up the coast to Port Douglas to check into our accommodation and prepare ourselves for a week of weirdness. We spent our first day in Port Douglas just exploring the town and the beaches and chilling out around the resort. These crocodile warning signs were actually about 10 metres away from where we parked our car in the resort, but thankfully the only crocodiles we saw there were in the pool. And they were quite easy to wrestle, these ones. Port Douglas is a beautiful little town. It's nowhere near as big as Cairns, and it's just scenic everywhere you look. It's got a great vibe going on there. The first day we were there, they had markets on down on the waterfront, which were pretty cool to check out. Everywhere you look around town there are great views. From the main beach, which seems to stretch on forever, across the headland, and back around the corner into the river. There's a great open park right at the end of the headland, down the end of the main street, which is the absolute perfect place to just chill out with a meal and watch the sunset. The following day was pretty exciting. We took a short drive up the coast to Cape Tribulation to explore the Daintree, the world's oldest rainforest. Well, I don't know what you're doing right now, but I am cruising around in my A200 rental car in the Daintree rainforest. To access the Daintree National Park from the south, you'll need to cross the Daintree River. Just 45 minutes north of Port Douglas, you'll find the vehicle ferry. The Daintree River!
Making me want to wee.
They reckon the Daintree rainforest is around 180 million years old, which makes it 10 million years older than the Amazon rainforest, and the oldest rainforest on the planet. We only just scratched the surface of the Daintree. To be fair, you really don't want public going into the depths of this place. So even though what we saw in the Daintree was pretty cool, we realised that it was only really the tip on the edge of the Daintree. Part of the Daintree that is easily accessible, part that they let the tourists into. It's such a massive area, what we saw barely scratched the surface. At around 12,000 square kilometres, the Daintree is part of the largest rainforest system in Australia, known as the wet tropics of Queensland. After a few stops along the way to check out the amazing views from the lookouts, take a little rainforest walk, and stop for an ice cream at the Daintree ice cream factory. Oh my god. We arrived at our most northerly point on this trip, Cape Tribulation, where the rainforest meets the sea. How cool is this? You got the jungle there, Daintree rainforest. Just meeting the Great Barrier Reef. Two natural wonders of the world coming together. Here we are. Two unnatural wonders of the world. Bill and Shaz. We had such an awesome time exploring Cape Tribulation. We walked up and down the beach for quite a while, around the headland, just exploring all these little nooks and crannies. It was so cool. We pretty much had the whole of Cape Tribulation to ourselves. It felt like we'd just landed on a deserted island and had the whole place to ourselves to explore. Creek flowing out of the jungle, straight out into the Great Barrier Reef. Absolutely stunning.
Here we are at Cape Tribulation. Bill's been a bit daring as we're standing in croc territory. It's like he's waiting for one to come out. Either that or he's having a poo. It's just so much nature, so much beauty here.
Maybe I'm just seeing crocodiles everywhere, but this tree trunk just looks like a crocodile.
Oh, that's scary.
What a freaky looking tree. After having such a great time exploring Cape Tribulation, it was unfortunately time to start making our way back towards Daintree River to get the ferry back to Port Douglas. But first we stopped off at a swimming hole that we'd seen on the way up to go and check it out. This was glorious. Such a great spot. We were worried about crocs, but the sign said, "You got nothing to worry about here, they're all in our burgers."
How clear the water is. It's just absolutely stunning in there. So beautiful.
It was such a magical spot, and the first of many swimming holes that we found ourselves in on this trip. Wow. Still in Daintree National Park. Absolutely beautiful. There's just no one around. A couple of people on the beach here and there. It's just so quiet up here. There's no one around anywhere. Gotta thank COVID for that. The downside is there's a lot of places closed. There's a lot of hotels and everything up here. Accommodation places. They're just not open. There was one thing that we really wanted to see in the Daintree National Park. And on our way out of the park, heading south, we're just about to leave, and we saw it.
It's the one. It's so gorgeous. It's amazing. Wow. Oh, he's so lucky. Oh, he's so lucky. Oh, he's got a baby with him.
This was such an amazing experience, getting to see a cassowary in the wild. Not only that, but with a baby as well. Absolutely amazing. Some people make multiple trips to this area and never see a cassowary, so we were very fortunate. And it was a great way to top off what was an incredible day in the Daintree National Park. The next day we drove down to Cairns to go out on the Great Barrier Reef, but it didn't end up happening. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. So we continued on down the road to a place that is absolutely stunning called Babinda Boulders. This place is incredible. Flying down from the side of Queensland's tallest mountain, Mount Bartle Frere, the cool, crisp waters of Babinda Creek are an idyllic location to cool off from the Queensland heat. But this place is pretty deadly and dangerous. Unfortunately, lots of people have lost their lives here over the years, and there is even a traditional Aboriginal story warning people to stay away from these waters. It was a stinking hot day, so the first thing we did was jump in the water for a swim. It was deep here.
Deep.
Whoa, yeah. So stunning. Water is so clear. Video just cannot do this place justice. It is stunning. Just 20 minutes down the road to the south of Babinda Boulders on the other side of Mount Bartle Frere is the absolutely beautiful Josephine Falls, which was our next place to go swimming. That there, well, it doesn't seem like it, is Queensland's highest mountain, Mount Bartle Frere. No idea what it looks like, I'm going to have to Google that. Here's a couple of photos of Mount Bartle Frere that I found on the internet. It's a stunning mountain, absolutely covered in lush rainforest. And it's through that lush rainforest that you have to walk to find Josephine Falls. It's a really easy walk along a well-maintained path, and at the end of that path you are rewarded by one of the best waterholes you're ever likely to see, I reckon. No, not that one. This one. Wow, absolutely incredible. So amazing. Only 20 minutes or so from the last place we're at. Incredible, so many wonderful places. Absolutely stunning places, so close to each other around this area. There's so much water flowing down there. Not sure if the video is going to really convey just how big this area is. Time to go for a swim, I reckon. Not too bad, they're not slippery. It's a bit cold on the nuts.
That's cool. Here it comes. Oh, it's so scary. Oh. Oh, there he is. Woohoo!
That was fun. The location for the next day's adventures was only 20 minutes north up the road to the absolutely stunning Mossman Gorge, a 56,000 hectare area of lush rainforest that lies within the World Heritage listed Daintree National Park. Mossman Gorge, how gorgeous is this? Absolutely stunning. Just yet another beautiful part of this area. There's all the fish. Some of them are quite big. Oh, that's amazing.
They are big.
Quite clever, these fish, you know. You know why?
Right.
They're always swimming in a school.
Oh my god, another one of your birthday jokes.
What a gorgeous place. It did rain on us during our time at Mossman Gorge, but that was okay. We expected rain. We were, after all, in a tropic rainforest, and everything is green and there's water flowing everywhere, so that water has to come from somewhere. We packed an umbrella, so we continued on through the rainforest. It was nice and warm anyway, and the rain didn't really bother us. It was such a beautiful, relaxing walk through the forest, checking out all the natural wonders. It was such a beautiful place. I highly recommend doing the extended walk through the rainforest at Mossman Gorge. It's well worth it. Big tree has taken over the host tree in the middle completely. Host tree is nothing but a dead, rotted trunk now. Amazing. Wonder how many years it took to do that.
How the hell it got there, like? It's just like in the sky like a big hailstone.
A big hailstone.
Look how little I am through it.
Aboriginals would have sheltered in this for sure. They probably camped and ate food right where you're standing thousands of years ago. That is one big rock.
Yeah, not wrong.
Being held up by the tree, or did the tree just go, no, I'm going to grow here and just lean myself against it? Which is which? Everything's just so green. Even the rocks, green. Covered in moss. What a stunning place. Seriously, absolutely stunning place. Mossman Gorge, Daintree Rainforest. Wow. Hard to pick up. There's lots of little mushrooms and stuff growing up the side of it. Yeah. Mossman Gorge. What can I say? It is truly one of the wonders of North Queensland. An amazing place to visit and immerse yourself in such a beautiful natural surrounding. It's such an amazing experience just wandering through the lush tropical rainforest, surrounded by fast flowing waterways everywhere. Cool little pools hidden away to have a little swim in. It's just so relaxing just being immersed in nature. Mossman Gorge, highly recommend it. Definitely check it out if you're in North Queensland. The vastness of it is incredible. It stretches on as far as you can see. If you look closely through the middle of that building, there is a waterfall in there on the other side. Amazing. Pretty cool place.